Hi, I'm Paul Potratz, and today I'm going to share one of the strategies we implement for our dealers. Well, it's not really a strategy, because over the last several weeks we've been sharing individual strategies. What I'm going to share today is the biggest marketing mistake that most dealers and most business owners make, and that's not having a strategy. What I mean is, do you really have a strategy? Do you have a brand identity? If I was to survey your market, if I was to send a survey out to, let's say, 5,000 people in your market, 2,500 of those individuals are in your database, would they know what you stand for? Would they be able to say, this business, this dealership stands for this? This is their why. And I ask you to take that test. What is your why? Why do you do what you do? And you can't say, oh, I do what I do to sell cars and make money. It's got to be much more than that. Let me give you an example. We've had several dealers over the years come to us, and they've said, hey, we want you to be our agency. And we've asked, what is your why? What is your unique selling proposition? How do people perceive you in the market? In fact, the one Ford dealer that I'm thinking about right now, we surveyed their database and people in the market. And the fact of the matter is, the vast majority of people didn't even know what brands that they carried. I mean, they knew it was Ford, but they thought they had all these other brands, and this was a single point rooftop. They didn't even know where they were located. They were confused about the town that they were located in, and they confused them with other dealers in the market. So what does that say? Well, it says something very simple. This dealership does not have a brand identity. This dealership is having to spend 3 and 4, 5 times more money in advertising to try to get their message out. Their message is just like every other dealer's too. When they first started working with us, they were really competing amongst the crowd. They were trying to yell louder. They were trying to make more noise than anybody else, and they were saying the same things that everybody else was selling. Basically, they were being like sheep. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, it's just a lot of times that's what happens. A business owner looks at another business owner and says, oh, I like their marketing, what they're doing. Let's do that. And then 2 weeks later, they see another dealer, another business owner doing something. Oh, I like that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And before you know it, your advertising strategy looks like Baskin-Robbins 31 flavors. That's not a marketing strategy. That's a quick way to waste ad dollars. That's a quick way to lose your market penetration. That's a quick way to start seeing your sales do this, and then you do your sales event and they do this, and then they go down and they do this. It's not a continued growth. That's not a strategy that can take you through the slow periods. In other words, slow economies. It's not a strategy. That's my point. So I ask you, is your biggest marketing mistake not having a strategy? Take the test. I mean, I'm going to give you some questions. Can you answer them? Do you have a spokesperson? All right, yes or no. Does that spokesperson only talk about sales events, the next big sales event? If so, well, it sounds like that you're not really having a strategy. Is everything matching? In other words, you have your spokesperson. Is your spokesperson on your website? Is your spokesperson in your social media post? Is your spokesperson in your email marketing? Is your spokesperson in your videos? You know, if you're doing video pre-roll, are they in your TV commercials? Does your brand look the same all the way across the board? Is your spokesperson in your email signatures? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, do you have sales events that you do every single year, or are you trying to reinvent a new sales event every single month? Oh, what are we going to do this month? I don't know. Let's look online. Let's see what we can see. Let's look through the direct mail I got at home. If that's the type of strategy that you're doing, you don't have a strategy. And again, I repeat, you're wasting ad dollars. I want you to start to develop an ad strategy. And here's a plug for you. If you don't have an ad strategy, then you need to go to Digital Dealer, because I'm bringing a good friend of mine, Ryan Norris. He's the dealer principal from Toyota of Easley, and he's going to talk about how we started working together 2 years ago and how we've worked together to build a strategy. And it's much more than just having a spokesperson getting on the TV saying, hey, we got a sales event. All cars must go by Sunday or by the end of the month. No. Ryan's strategy is much deeper. His strategy goes into the dealership, that his staff actually lives it and breathes the strategy. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, I've been doing this for years, and I've had so many times that a dealer comes up with the idea, oh, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to position ourselves, and this is what we're going to call it. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. That's a great idea. I love that idea. But will your salespeople, will your finance managers, will your service managers, your service writers, your receptionists, your title clerk, and everybody else in that dealership live up to that branding statement, that identity? If they're not, it's going to fail, and you're going to have to spend more money than you've ever spent before. And then you're going to say, it's not working. We've been doing this for 90 days. We've been doing this for 6 months. We've been doing it for a year. Fire the agency. Bring a new agency in. New agency comes in. We're going to create a new logo for you. And now you're thinking, I've got a strategy. That's not a strategy. I know I'm on my soapbox here, but again, that's the biggest marketing mistake that most businesses and most dealerships make, and that's not having a brand identity, a why, a unique selling proposition. And I'm here to tell you, a unique selling proposition or a brand identity is not touting, first off, we've been in business for 50 years. I mean, yeah, that could help. That's a little, side mention. But I want you to turn that around completely and say, what am I doing for my clients? That's the way you want to start. What do we do for our clients that our clients appreciate? So turn it around and be selfish. Instead of having a statement that we do this, we won the President's Award, those are all great for press releases and have on your website, but that's not a strategy you start out with. Again, I encourage you to attend Digital Dealer, and we're even going to record it too. But attend Digital Dealer and see Ryan Norris with Toyota of Easley and myself, and we're going to talk about his brand strategy. We're going to talk about how his salespeople and everybody in the dealership live it and breathe it, not only on the showroom floor, but they're also doing it in social media. If you don't have a brand strategy, if you're spending more money than you need to, if you don't have synergy across all of your advertising platforms, well, reach out, let's talk, let's see if it makes an ideal partnership. I mean, worst case scenario, we say, this is not an ideal partnership, because I'm here to tell you, I don't want to work with every dealer across the country. I don't want to have hundreds of dealers. I want to select few dealers, ones that will live it and breathe it and will follow the strategies that we implement. And I'm sure Ryan's going to talk about that a little bit with Digital Dealer. I'll see you soon.